about Nintendo that never puts their games on sale and charges a monthly fee if you want to play their older titles instead of just archiving them in the eShop? Imagine if...
When did this video came out? This came out 10 days ago. So this was before. This might have been a little before the Nintendo event. My guy. I have some news for you, buddy. I have some news about the Switch 2 and the game and the price of those games. Oh boy. It's crazy to me that even though Steam doesn't exactly do a lot, I guess you can say, but yet they keep doing things right. And we're gonna see why that's the case in this in this reaction video. But anyway, let's go.
Who are you?
I am
There are dozens of
I am
game
Gaben.
launchers and marketplaces available right now. A handful of them exist because they have extremely popular games on them and want to maximize their profit without a middleman. One of them gives away 2 free games every week, and Steam just exists and wins. Well, it's actually a lot more complicated than that. Despite the service being old enough to drink in America and suffering from almost every AAA gaming company out there trying to outdo it, Steam still reigns as the ultimate gaming marketplace with 132 million
This is, you know what's crazy is that this is true. Every other launcher has like their own thing, but it never comes close to Steam at all. Epic Games has their own Steam launcher, which I'm like, guys, if you here's the thing. Alan Wake 2, I believe it's still exclusive on the Epic Games. It's like, brother, bring that shit to Steam and you're literally gonna make all your money back. But yeah, man, it's all these other ones have their own thing, which nobody wants to use. Nobody wants to use the Ubisoft launcher, EA launcher, the Blizzard launcher, the Epic Games launcher. Every game has their own launcher. Didn't Bethesda have their own launcher at some point?
Users each month. But when the service first launched, it was nothing like the Steam we know and love today. In the early 2000s, Valve faced a serious problem with their games, which was updating them. It wasn't the development of the updates that was the problem. It was getting players to download the updated files that sucked for everybody. To make sure you could play with everybody else, you had to go on Valve servers and download the files from there, which was pretty inconvenient since you couldn't have the update automatically installed for when you get back from work, woke up in the morning, or returned from going outside for the first time in centuries because you were too busy playing Star Wars Knights of the Republic. And on that day, September 12th, 2000.
Hey man, what is it? KOTOR was amazing. I mean, come on now. Leave a like if you like KOTOR. And I'll put in the comments what was your favorite thing about KOTOR. For me, it was definitely about like the twist. I think one part of the story, and probably the dialogue. That was probably another thing I liked about it. It was never really like boring. Whenever the characters would talk.
3, Steam released for the convenience of mostly Counter-Strike players all around the world, and the service continued to be used as a spot where people could play Valve's games. And it's not like their games weren't good enough to justify having a separate app for them. They were insane for the time, and even if you go back in your library and play Half-Life 2 in the modern day, it's still a fun experience because of its physics-based gameplay.
Don't drink the water. They put something in it to make you forget.
It's safer.
Watch it, will you?
Ambience, soundtrack, Barney, and luscious water reflections.
It still looks
At this
good
point
to
in
this
Valve's
day.
lifespan, they had already changed the industry in ways nobody could have anticipated. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas has a few different versions of it on the PlayStation 2 because...
You know, I might not add this. Even though Half-Life 2 is over, it's over 20 years old, right? It still looks great to this day, and I'm pretty sure Steam periodically updates the game a little bit, so it'll look a little bit better from time to time. But I feel like Half-Life 2 is one of those games where it's gonna look good no matter what, no matter how old it is, and it plays really good too as well. That I feel like the VR game that they made, Half-Life Alyx, even though that one is a couple years old now, it's still gonna stand out from all the other VR games that are gonna come out today. I played it. I played a couple times on stream before, and I'll be honest with you, that game still beats a lot of the newer VR games, and I believe that game came out like in 2020 or 2021, one of those two. I'm like, brother, no game could no other VR game can come up to it. I mean, there's a few of them, but a lot of them are just complete ass.
Because Rockstar couldn't just update the game through digital distribution, and instead had to physically re-release the game without anybody knowing. And this happened quite a few times among a bunch of different physical titles. But because of Valve's new creation, which was Steam updating games post-release, it was finally possible through that service. And to this day, Valve keeps their games, even from 20 years ago, up to date, using that feature Steam was made for. I sure wish other companies would keep their older games up to date instead of just letting them decay under the weight of new drivers while keeping them at an $80 price tag. Aside from my gripes and cries of grief, Steam was flying from the early to late 2000s, getting more games from more publishers all the time, and eventually it became the PC gaming storefront, claiming 75% of digital video game sales in 2013. However, Steam also took and takes
crazy.
30% of a game's cut when it gets purchased.
Look at that.
So if you pay $90 for a video game, the developer will only get 63 of those dollars. Now, it can be debated whether this is good or bad, but one thing's for certain, it's the industry standard. The PlayStation and Xbox digital storefronts take a 30% cut of profits, and so does Nintendo, GameStop, and basically every single service except the Epic Games Store. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The Epic Games launcher has its own problem, and it's that the launcher just isn't very good. Steam is so convenient, and I'm not talking about how it has a way bigger game library than Epic. I'm talking about its overlay while playing video games.
There's also there's all that too. But here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. If Epic Games didn't, I'll be honest with you. Steam exists because all the other things that they've done for the game. And of course, they have like their games, right? But I'll be honest with you. I think Steam built up its reputation because everything that they have been doing for the gaming community and such. And believe me, Steam is fair. Some people may think 30% is a lot. It really isn't. For the amount of tools and things like that they have added, for the developers to use, is actually very fair. But I'll be honest with you, if Epic Games didn't have Fortnite, I'll be honest with you. Fortnite, or I think maybe Fall Guys. Maybe I'll throw in Fall Guys. But if we really didn't have Fortnite and Fall Guys, no one would use the Epic Games launcher. Like, and that's the thing, because the thing about it is that it's their games, right? It's absolutely their games. But for Steam, I think some can make an argument for Steam as well for CS:GO and things like that, or CS:GO 2. What's the other one? Is Dota one of them too? No, I don't think so. But I think the biggest, definitely the biggest one is CS:GO. But I think even if that didn't exist, right? It just poof didn't exist. I think people will still use Steam because of the other things that they've done prior, and especially the reputation that they will have amongst gamers and such. Because they just became a store. They just became a store, and then it just got unbelievably big and big and big because no other company was doing it. And they were practically the only ones, but because of their fairness and their right to do to be fair with gamers is what applauded them a lot with the gaming community. For them to pretty much stick up to the big publishers. I mean, look what the publishers try to do with the AI stuff and wanting to put advertisements. They literally just said, no, we're not going to allow you to put advertisements into your fucking premium games. No. Or I think even free-to-play ones as well.
As somebody with one monitor and a completionist, Steam offers a fantastic variety of digital gadgets that I can access anytime I click Shift and Tab. I can have a website open with every Dreamcatcher location in Red Dead 2 that I check every time I get to my next waypoint. I can manually change what each button on my controller does. I can find a community guide that can help me with an achievement. Steam has been around for over 20 years, and in this time, it's built a strong...
Well, my guy, I'm gonna tell you this much. Rock dual monitors. Have another monitor that's probably like around $100 or so. Get one that's on sale, and it's gonna change your life forever, my guy.
Community that exists to help other people using the platform. If you're having a problem with a game, chances are there's already a few Steam forums on that subject.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't have anybody to play with, chances are there's a Steam group surrounding the game you want to play. If you don't know whether a game is good or not, Steam reviews have your back. But if you go to the Epic Store to make a purchase and look for what people thought about the product, the only thing you can check is this vague 1 to 5 star system influenced by what the players thought out of 5. The problem with this system is that it might work for YouTubers who can elaborate with a whole 8-minute video, but video games are so complex, from level design and storytelling to the controls and optimization, you can't just rank a game from 1 to 5. As someone with well over 100 games on Steam, user reviews have saved my ass multiple times that warn me about certain computer parts that might not work well with the game's engine, or just a dragged out story that loses its touch halfway through the game. On the Epic Games Store, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is rated 4.6 stars out of 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is rated 4.9. I hate to be that guy that's very sure about his opinion, but I am very sure in my opinion in believing that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is in no way only 0.3 stars worse than Red Dead 2. But how is someone using this service supposed to know that? Because there's nothing to base it on other than what the stars say. Steam also heavily
I'm a second that. Yeah. I don't doubt Valhalla. I don't think Valhalla is that bad, but I'll be honest with you, Valhalla is like, I will say I will put it to like a 4, but not like a 4. What was that, 4.6? I'll put it up to like a 4-ish or 3.9, but like not that high. Not like Red Dead. Red Dead is practically like a 4.8 or a 5. One of those two. If you're someone that didn't really care about the what is it called, the mediocre, like smaller task that you don't really have to do, but if you wanted to do, but no, the Red Dead is such an amazing game compared to Valhalla.
Encourages player customization, which makes playing games through Steam even more worth it. Because if you get a really cool or rare achievement, you can display it on your profile. Or when you get a smexy screenshot, you can slap it on your page. And some games offer exclusive profile picture and background displays that make you want to play for those bonuses. I think it's amazing there's even a user-oriented
Honestly, I could care less.
Like how in PUBG, if you don't like a shirt you got, chances are another player will, so you can throw it on the marketplace and get a few cents from it. Then you go back to the Epic Games launcher to check on your friend, and there's nothing to that person except a username. But Steam gives everybody a sense of true individuality, which is without a doubt great to have, and unlike PlayStation, which makes you pay to change your username, or Nintendo that barely lets you express yourself on your profile, it's probably the best gaming platform for customization. But even though Steam is awesome for consumers, it's clearly not as awesome for developers. So naturally, a lot of AAA studios pulled away from Steam and instead released their games on Epic or even their own launchers. When Ubisoft publicly announced they wouldn't be releasing Tom Clancy's The Division 2 on Steam and would be releasing it on their own launcher in Epic, they claimed, "We entrust Epic to deliver a smooth journey for our fans, from pre-ordering the game and enjoying our beta to the launch." Epic continues to disrupt the video game industry, and their third-party digital distribution model is the latest example, and something Ubisoft wants to support. Electronic Arts for a long time didn't have their games on Steam as well, but that wasn't because of Epic Games being a superior platform. It was because EA wanted to push microtransactions and didn't want Valve taking a 30% cut from each one. While both companies at one point weren't releasing their games on Steam, if you check the store today, you'll find pretty much every single one of their titles up for sale. So what the hell happened? Call of Duty.
Yep, all their games are on there. They know that. Here's the thing. They literally tried to challenge and be like, yeah, no, none of our games are going to be available on Steam. And then Steam was like, okay, sure. Go ahead. Let's see how long you'll last. And guess what? All the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty games are on there. All of Assassin's Creed games are on there. All of EA, Ubisoft, etc., are on Steam now. So what happened, guys? What happened? What you guys miss? What you guys miss? The extra millions you used to get from from the sales?
Modern Warfare from 2019 didn't release on Steam and instead was up for sale on Blizzard's launcher Battle.net. Modern Warfare 2019 reached $1 billion in sales revenue after 54 days of being out. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from 2022, which was released on Steam, 2 reached the same sales number 10 days after launch.
Ooh,
Ubisoft's newest game,
baby.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, is, as of March 22nd, 2025, sitting right under CSGO in the top sellers section of the store. And considering Counter-Strike is a free game, that's pretty damn impressive. And for the last 5 years or so, PlayStation exclusives that would never have seen the light of day on PC have been launched on Steam, and Xbox also jumped on that train as well, throwing pretty much every Halo game on PC. The numbers say it all. It doesn't matter if Epic Games takes a 12% cut.
Well, here's the thing. Microsoft jumped in that crazy, that gravy train, because all their games are failing. Every single one is failing.
30. Steam is such a popular platform among consumers that developers will make more money releasing their games on Steam no matter what. Because let's face it, it's, for consumers, an awesome service. The other day I was browsing Steam and I saw a bundle of 4 games that were 25% off if you bought them through a package. Well, 6 years ago I had already purchased 3 of the 4 games individually, but because I hadn't got the 4th game, I could still buy it through that bundle for 25% off, shifting the price from a steep $80 to a much more agreeable $60. This is such an unnecessary but wonderful feature for customers to have.
Oh, that's
Valve
cool.
does not need to push discounts this much to be massively successful, but they do just because Steam's that kind of marketplace. Every few months there will be a new huge sale where almost every video game over 4 years of age goes under $40 in Canada, and Valve games usually go for less than $2, and hell, for the anniversaries they gave them away for free. Steam has even banned games.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't own Half-Life 2 on Steam. I had it like on on the Xbox and such, but on Steam I didn't have it. And yes, when the anniversary came around, when I don't know what compelled me to look, but when I saw the game, when I saw Half-Life 2 for free, I was like, copying.
That force players to watch ads before progressing, like a lot of mobile games do. Valve could have easily taken 30% of the ad revenue, but instead they banned the practice altogether just because of how inconvenient it is for the player. While Steam certainly takes a sizable chunk out of the developer's pocket when it comes to game sales, I'm happy that out of all the services that could be the top dog, it's Steam. Because Valve is setting a standard of what a marketplace should be. Think about Nintendo that never puts their games on sale and charges a monthly fee if you want to play their older titles, instead of just archiving them in the eShop. Imagine if...
When did this video came out? This came out 10 days ago. So this was before, this might have been a little before the Nintendo event. My guy. I have some news for you, buddy. I have some news about the Switch 2 and the game and the price of those games. Oh boy.
If they were behind the biggest digital game store in the world, it would be way different, because the fact is, the one on top influences everyone else. Fortnite didn't invent the Battle Pass, but it sure as hell wasn't a coincidence that after Fortnite implemented the seasonal leveling system, a lot of other games added their own, including massive companies like Rockstar with the Outlaw Pass and Red Dead Online. Xbox Live launched in 2002, offering an online multiplayer console experience if you paid $50 a year, and prior to this, online gaming on PC at least was completely free, and thank God it still is, because now PlayStation and Nintendo also capitalized big time on paid multiplayer because of Xbox's influence in the early 2000s. It's like Valve is given every opportunity to monetize their products to the brim like every other gaming company is doing right now, but they don't, which allows them to stand out in the corporate world. It also helps that Valve's hiring process is very unique in that they don't offer internships or junior positions. They exclusively hire professionals in their field, so the employees can take charge of whatever they're best at. So there's a reason why Half-Life stood out when it came to physics in the early 2000s, because the game was made by computer wizards who knew everything they needed to create an authentic physics-based shooter. Steam is run by marketing professionals who do what they believe is best based on pure experience. Unlike most companies, Valve has no pressure.
Wait, hold on. Sandwich.
What they believe is best based on pure experience. Unlike most companies, Valve has no pressure from shareholders, meaning there's no external investments going into Steam, their video games, or hardware. It's all entirely in-house, and the only people who get stock options for Valve are the employees themselves, which gives each member a small piece of the company. So naturally, every single one of them wants the company to be at its best all the time. The fact is, when you treat your employees well and give them the creative freedom they deserve, whatever your company puts out is going to be amazing, and Valve is living proof of that. My favorite example of Valve as a company standing out in the game industry was in 2004 when Eric Wolpaw was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. With something that bad, he thought he'd have to leave the company, so he spoke with the CEO of Valve, Gabe Newell, about it. Not only did Gabe give him paid leave, but he also left him his spot in the company on the condition that he takes the time he needs to recover. To quote what Gabe said to him himself, "Your job is to get better. That is your job description at Valve. So go home to your wife and come back when you are better." This kind of generosity in the corporate world, especially from businesses that are self-funded, is extremely rare. And after recovering from his sickness, he worked as the head writer for Portal 2, which, as we all know, was a massive success. Sorry, this video is about Steam. With a
brother, I mean, it don't matter. What is it? I mean, sure, but I'll be honest with you, man. Like, that's amazing, dude. Like, let's be honest. In today's world, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sick." They're gonna be like, oh, "Look, man, without you here, here's the thing, man. You're easily replaced, so you're fired." Okay. What is it? Go home to your wife, recover, get better, and look for a different position. Bye. I feel like that would have been the answer he would have gotten if he worked at EA or Activision. One of those two.
Platform like Steam, with over 100 million people using it every month, like I said at the start of the video, you'd think the customer service would be pretty lackluster because of the amount of traffic the employees would be dealing with. Which, by the way, in total is between 300 to 500 people. And roughly, only 70 of those people are in the Steam department. Most people, including myself, have had overwhelmingly positive experiences with Steam support. Refunds are easy, bug reports get taken seriously.
Brother, Steam against hackers. Bro, Steam is probably one of the... Dude, how is it that a company like them that's so relatively small compared to others, but yet they can absolutely help you out when your account gets hacked and stuff? They'll just immediately help you, while others are like, "Look, buddy, look, I will have to do my job, but I don't fucking want to. So your account's lost, my guy. Yeah, you got the credentials, you got the you got the key you're supposed to save and all that. I don't deny. Thread locked, banned for racism."
And I even had a friend whose account got hacked once, and in 2 hours he had his account back with no other issues. Steam can't be beat because it's a staple of what a digital market should be, and if Valve continues to run with their current values in business, I'm sure that Steam will continue to set an example and keep the industry from diving into a complete anti-consumer market like all these other companies seem to be catering.
Oh, brother.
But what do you guys think about all this? Do you like Steam? Do you hate Steam? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll check them out as soon as I possibly can. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and make sure to have a good one.
You look worse than I feel. What are you doing that for? What are you doing?
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'll be honest with you. I really, that's kind of the reason why that I hope there's a day.
Using business,
I really hope that there's a day that Steam just says no to AI. To AI related stuff, because if that's gonna be the case, I like how he has his shaders loading right here at the top. That means that he just logged in the game so he could just see this. But yeah, man. But I really hope Steam just says no to AI related things and completely gets rid of like Call of Duty and things like that. So I mean, would they do it? I would think no, but I really hope that it will come to a point where they actually fully say no to AI generated games or AI used and in games and things like that. It's like, come on, man, like you're trying to be creative and all that stuff, and yet you're using an image automated generation thing to create your thing for you. It's like, no, brother, you have zero imagination. Get out of game developing. Clearly you're very unimaginative. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Check out Justin, just one N. Let me see. You can probably see his name up there. There it is. But anyway, hope you guys have a good one. And please, as always, use Steam. Check out the Twitch and check out the Discord as well. And also leave a like, subscribe. And I hope you guys have a good one. Peace. And I'll be honest with you, man. Man, the other, what is it? For Alan Wake 2 to be even more successful, they just gotta put it on Steam. Why haven't they done it yet? Such morons.